Yeah, you're live. I'm right there. You.
That's it? That's the ticket? I'm waiting for that first, and then we'll go from there.
Live 9.
It says live?
11 seconds.
20 seconds?
There you go.
18 seconds? There it is! Hey! I'm with you. Cool. Where's my phone? It's not coming across on there, and it's all good, right?
Haha, sound.
What's that?
Sound. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Soundtrack.
Oh.
Do you want this lower or?
No, I'm good where you are. All right, good, right? Good. All right.
Guten Tag.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Happy Oyster Show. I am Bart Burton, your host, and we got, for a special edition, we got Skipper T. She hasn't been around in a while, so Skipper T is in the house. Skipper T, how are you?
I'm great. I haven't been around. I'm down with the flu.
I know. How you feeling?
Oh, never had a bad day. Yeah, feeling better.
How much better? Like 100%, 1,000%?
Yeah, I had a little bit in my voice, probably about 90. Yeah, I'm good.
Are you back to like your baseline, or what's the story?
My baseline.
Yeah, your baseline. You know, like what you want.
I need to get my chutzpah. My chutzpah.
Yeah? Oh, here.
Yeah.
Here's your camera back.
Thank you.
What are you doing with it?
Thank you.
Be careful, don't bust it. Oh, there you go. You understand how that. Oh, you can be like down low. You can set it down a little lower if you want to. You know? No, I mean the whole thing. You can see how you're at one step.
All right.
You get me? How that thing moves?
No.
Whatever. Today's sponsor is Northwell Health. Get your baseline. I just went and got my baseline, guys. I went to the cardiologist, first time ever, 53 years old. It's my birthday. It's that time of the year. You know, it's your birthday. You ought to go and get a physical. You ought to do something. What are you looking at me like that for?
No, you're right. Good baseline. I was thinking cloaca, but yeah, go ahead.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I'm going to the Cloaca Man next month. He's coming up next. That's another thing you gotta do. So when you get old, it sucks, man. You gotta, you know, it doesn't suck at all. You just gotta go and take care of it, all right? You guys all know it. You're 50 years old. That's a majority of our base, a lot out there. Maybe there's some younger guys out there. Go to the doctor, all right? Don't let it become something that's like, oh shit, I better go to the lawyer first before I go to the doctor, if you know what I'm saying. And it can happen so quick, but all you gotta do is just go to the doctor, go get it checked out. I'm gonna go to a stress test. I'll keep you up to date. There is nothing wrong with me. I have zero wrong, but I have some history, okay? I have a little history of heart disease. My father, he dealt with the whole thing. And we all should take care of ourselves to be around, okay? So, down the line, you gotta get a baseline, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the baseline, I'm gonna go run on a treadmill, I'm gonna go run my ass off, and I'm gonna go sucking wind, and they're gonna tell me I'm out of shape, and blah, 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 blah. All right, enough of that crap. You gotta have a baseline for everything. Baseline for your oysters, baseline for this, baseline for that. You gotta have someplace where you're going from, and that's where I'm going from. We're starting out our rookie year. Here we go. UK Tramp, you can just go away. He was hitting us up before. He said, haters, I love them. Bring them on. I love haters. And we're working on our BLUPSY. The BLUPSY, if you saw it before, is an upside down soda bottles with water going to come up. We have not had it operating yet. Still working up at Cornell. Volunteering up at Cornell 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm not going to make it this Monday because guess what? I got to go to the dentist. The dentist is also on my list. Again, your birthday, time to get all of that shit taken care of. So I won't see them on that, but we're talking about maybe getting the BLUPSY up and running soon because we've got oysters that are being retained on 2,000, 2 millimeter? Yeah, 2,000 microns, which is 2 millimeter. We have some that are being retained on that. Somebody asked me before, these GMO. There's nothing added to that at all, other than standard food algae that is produced. It's premium product, premium algae, premium. There is no genetically modifications in any of our oysters at all. We are force feeding them. That is definitely something that we are doing. Or we're making it easier for them to eat. I kind of like that better. We are keeping them protected from predators, other fish, crabs. You know, when they're that little, they're pretty delicate. So and that's how we're able to make them grow nice and big and fast, grow fast and big. A FLUPSY, let's go outside, Pete, for just a half a second.
And they have predator traps.
They don't have predator traps, but still, no matter what you do, you know, they're little, Pete. They're really little. Oh, we gotta go on the other side of the truck. Sure.
Good morning, all. Thank you for the well wishes. I am feeling much better.
Just a quick shot here of what this is, okay? And I'll be right back. Just focus me in there. Be careful, you might not get, don't go too far, you might not get internet. I'll be right back.
Artie, in regards to the property in Massachusetts, no, it's been a winter where no damage. Last year, we sustained the damage in the spring, but so far, so good.
All right. So, I cleaned this motor up, and we did our thing. And this is a motor right here. I've got some L brackets here. This thing's a little on the heavy side, but this is going to get mounted inside of there, okay? So this is going into there, like that, with those L brackets. Water. Water then is going to come up through the bottom, out through the spout, and exhaust out there. So it is an upweller.
One more time.
Upweller. It's going to, the water is going to come up and in and out. Does that make sense? Josh, Wiggy. Boom. Upweller. Let's go backwards.
Hey, Wiggs.
That's Wiggle. You didn't know Wiggle. That's him. You see Mommy.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
Come on.
I'm coming. Spring has sprung, but not temperature-wise. There goes the Quinta. Quinta.
Go.
Those of you who know rotors in the Z house, it's the kits, also known as Schlitz.
All right, so you got the idea of the motor. So now we have two motors over here. They were semi-used. They were beat up. They were dirty. They were nasty. They were ugly. I've had a little experience with them. They are what they called ice eaters. And where'd my props go? Oh, there they are. This goes on the end of the shaft. This is a stock one. So this is spinning around pretty fast. Fast enough to draw a lot of water. Inside of here is oil. What? Inside of here is oil. You want to put it down, Tone, so that you don't have to hold it that way. You want me to do this? You want it up higher?
Well, that's good. Good.
That's good. Inside of there is oil. And what little experience I've had is that every time I've opened these things up when they've been busted, there's been a lot of junk and gunk in there. You hold this here like this. You can do this.
Great. We should.
We're flying by the seat of our pants. I can't afford a real camera, man. I mean,
Hey, you're lucky.
Right?
Yeah, whatever. She just needs to train not 3 minutes before.
Exactly. If she was here. Just a little bit earlier. But I've said that before, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Where was I?
Oil.
Oil. Inside here is oil. And they're always leaking. They always got a bunch of junk inside of it. And it just makes sense that you replace the oil or at least stream through the, or do something, okay? Because I'm sure the schmeg and crap that's inside there is not good. What do you mean? What's inside of it? Okay, here you go. I saved it just for you guys. It looks like salad dressing, doesn't it?
Mm.
How are we doing?
Good, yeah.
We're good?
Yep.
You get the whole thing?
Yeah.
You can see the top is the regular mineral oil. The bottom of it is a water sludge combo. What floats on water, boys and girls? Don't jump. What floats on oil? BP oil spill. Blah, blah, blah. Oil floats on water. This is mineral oil, by the way. It is non-toxic, according to ICEDA. I saved it. I poured it all into a 5-gallon bucket, and then I threw it through some cheesecloth, and it came out looking pristine, and I loaded it back in there. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. Why not? It came out of it, we're going to put it back in, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I put some glop around here because this is usually where it leaks. Cleaned it all up. I put a new plug in, as you can see, because you had to destroy the old plug to get it out. It's no wonder nobody serves it, because it was a real pain in the ass getting that plug out of there. I had to drill it all the way through to the exact... It was just kind of a nightmare. Not for your average Joe mechanic. If you know what you're doing, kinda, it might be. Made up some brackets, we're good to go. Now comes to the next. I happen to have this problem. I am just the way it's wired. How do you make it better?
Even when it's fresh out of the box, brand new. Oh my God, we got a, yeah, that's another story. Bought a wash machine, brand new 100 years ago. Oh, how's it work? Oh boy.
All right, I made it better. Again, went to the conference, this is their propeller, went to the drawing board and decided that, you know what, I think I can make another propeller that's better. And that's where I'm at. I've got some plexiglass, this is going to go on to here, we're going to cut that out, we are then going to use a little heat, and we're going to give it a little twist-a-roo, we're going to form it and shape it, you're getting the idea, I'm sure, okay? Because now, that pipe diameter is 11.5 inches. This is only 8 inches, and this is going to be 10. So we're going to get more, and there's more props to it. I've got plenty of plexiglass. I'll probably make a couple, and I'll play with the pitch on 2 of them to start with. And we'll see how that works. Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I know what the baseline is. I know what this can do. This is also all beat up. Must, again, use them. Hey, budget, man. We are totally on a budget, man. All right. FLUPSY motor here. Fred must have sold his tractor. That's why he's not here.
Marketing?
Marketing. Yeah, I guess so. Where are we with marketing? Good question. I don't have a damn thing to market. So now.
Well, it's funny, with yesterday, I want to tell about the story about yesterday at the car dealer.
Why don't we get a, should we go back up there? Because my marketing, we're going to be wrapping this up here fairly quickly, so we can go back up there.
Or I can go, whatever.
What's that? Go ahead, take
Okay.
your seat. That way you can get on your thing. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, everybody. Got any questions while we're at a break here for the action? Go ahead, T.
So yesterday I had my car serviced, and my guy at the dealership, in fact, I'll give him a shout out, Marshall Dornfeld at Riverhead Toyota. He's awesome. If anyone's in the area and needs a car, Riverhead Toyota is great. Marshall is the man. So yesterday I went over there, I haven't getting my car serviced, and anyway, he said, "Hey Tony, you have any more cards?" So I gave him some of my real estate business cards, and I gave him
the new Happy
my
Oyster
new Happy Oyster card. So it goes great. Anyway, I'm sitting at the dealership, just looking at some paperwork, making a couple of calls, and Marshall comes back to me with a guy holding the card, and I told my friend on the phone, "Hey, hold off, I'll call you right back. I gotta take this thing."
We'll go over that.
So the gentleman that stopped me is Mike, and Mike is a chef at a private club out in Bridgehampton. Mike Ruggiero, I don't know if Mike's watching today. Mike Ruggiero, nice to meet you yesterday.
I left my coffee.
Private chef. He's a chef at a private club, as I just said, Atlantic in Bridgehampton. He saw our card. The card caught his eye on Marshall's desk, and he came over to me because he wanted to find out, hey, do you have any product? We do 6 events a year, and
we need an oyster provider.
And we got talking. So I told him the history that we're in our rookie year. We got chit-chatting. He's a member of Slow Food. In fact, he met the founder of Slow Food America, a gentleman, well, that's the local branch, right?
Whatever, it's Slow
Yep,
Food.
Slow Food.
There it is.
And in fact, my notes here. So we got talking. He wants, we got talking. I mentioned him to Bart that once we get going, we can do. He says he does 6 events. So we could have 6 events catered.
But I listened, but not super. But this is just one guy that's out there. Now, he is a restaurant or he is a club?
He's a private club at the Atlantic Club in Bridgehampton. He's a chef.
Is it it's a golf club? Or is it a yacht club? Or is it a beach club?
I'm not sure.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is that there's multiple different clubs out here, and, you know, there's always a raw bar, this oyster thing, and it's all about the story with these oysters. Everybody loves the story thing, and the card caught his eye, and marketing, and one thing leads to another, and obviously this guy gets put into the back burner, and we start to put it all together to market. Right now, we don't have a damn thing to market. We have no product. We haven't even started to grow our product. We haven't even, and we've got a lot of buzz being created about our product.
Yes. And as we
without even having anything yet.
And after being up in Boston for that Northeast Aquaculture Conference in January, which was really very dynamic, informational, excellent, educational, one of the key things I got out of it is educating the public. The public doesn't really know how awesome oysters are in the water. They say, you know, one oyster can filter 50 gallons of water a day. Multiply that, yeah, you guys do the math, you guys look at the area. And then also as far as, you know, eating being good, I'm trying to work on eating more clean and fresh and organic and that are good for my body. Oysters are, like Bart just addressed, our oysters aren't going to be anything genetically modified, and they're good for us to eat, good to consume, good for the water. It's a win-win both ways.
All the way around.
But educating people, and anyway, meeting Mike yesterday, I gave him my cards. I have his number here. I'm going to be in touch with him. He's, as I said, he's a member of the Slow Food East End. I'll see him there. He said he mentioned Brian Futterman, who is, I guess, the head of the Slow Food America, or I'm not sure, but I haven't did my research on him. I just met him yesterday afternoon. Okay. Go ahead, Bart.
So anyway, there's a lot of different people. Now, as you're an oyster farmer, and we have a lot of different oyster farmers that are watching us from around the world, and I'm sure it's very similar because human nature is human nature, and we all have distributors or wholesalers that we sell to, and then you would have restaurants that you could sell to, and then you have the consumer, the end product, the guy that's going to eat it. That's the retail customer. Again, this is just basic business stuff. The big thing that all of us have to be very, very concerned about and be cautious of is that we all communicate together. I can't emphasize this enough, with the distributor, okay? We do not want to go underneath the distributor. It's just not ethically correct, boys and girls. What do you mean, man? What do you mean, Bart? What? Okay, here's the scenario. I'm an oyster farmer. I have a bag of oysters. I want to sell that oysters every day, all day to one guy. He's my distributor. Here you go. He's there, he's got the money. I like this guy, he's good. He sells to restaurants. He's the guy who makes the delay. Now he needs to make a couple of bucks too. So obviously you sell the oyster to the wholesaler and then he goes and resells it to the restaurants. Again, we're going back to how many hands does the food touch and blah, 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 right? Yeah. Which is another thing that's going on. Now,
did we ever talk to them about that?
We were in that before, but whatever. Let me stay on my point here. You got to be careful not to, because now the restaurant might say, "Oh, I like this oyster here. Maybe I could go direct and get it cheaper." Don't do it. Or maybe you, as the oyster farmer, could sell it more money and now undercut the poor guy that's taking care of you in the middle of the winter when you're unloading 50, 60 bags a week. Do you follow where I'm coming from? It's a very delicate balance of how you market and what gets out there to the public. Now, selling retail, that's a whole nother ballgame. If you have the capabilities of farming it and selling it retail, you are on the total top of the totem pole and you are making the most money, but you're also probably working the most, and you better have a hell of a team because selling retail is a bitch. Been there, done it, I'm trying to get out of it. I like the wholesale end. I like the wholesale end here, Mr. Wholesaler. I'm going to continue to market my product, but you better take care of my product, and I'm going to give you, Mr. Wholesaler, all of the tools that you need to make my oysters a great one. What do I mean by that? How are you going to market your oyster? I have been constantly. This is the traditional way. I've got a bunch of them. I just keep collecting them. They are your standard, this is a standard, good old American. They used to use burlap, which was very bad because it held disease. Now they use plastic. This is a plastic bushel basket. This is a big one. This is a huge gray nylon mesh bag. Has a drawstring. The drawstring is busted on this. But okay, no marketing, nothing, just your standard. Corn comes in it, potatoes come in it. This is a farmer's bag. Okay, next, moving on. There's different ones. Here's one that came from I went and bought, I don't know, 5 pounds or something of mussels. Very nice looking bag, a little bit smaller, icy blue, product of Canada. My boys up in PI, love you guys. All right, nice looking bag. Now, not only is that, next, here's a little guy, right? This is kind of nice. It's got a little drawstring. It's got some plastic on here. I don't know if I like that part, but it is still, it's got to be self-draining. This has got yams in it. This came from the Price Club. Again, you're able to put all of your stuff on here. You know, USD organic, no GMO. You get a little sand. You know, you could really doctor one of these things up. You know, you can do whatever you want. This is a product of the United States. It came out of California at the looks of things, but maybe not. Let me just double check to make sure. California, Livingston, California. All right, so this bag has already traveled 4,000 miles, 3,000, 3,500 miles. And whatever was in it was traveled that long. Again, this is something that we're going towards here, and there'll be a lot more about that. Really nice bag out here on the East End. One of the big players, Little Guns. What a nice product. Look at that. Okay? Now, not only does he go this way out, okay, he's smart enough that he's marketing too. Not only Little Guns, but great guns as well. Okay? He's got his tag down here. He's got this. He's got one size bag with 2 different colors. He's marketing 2 different sizes, great guns and little guns.
Premium product.
Nice job. Hats off to Paul McCormick, doing the right thing. Everybody should take notice, okay? Don't be putting them in this. I feel that you should always be broadcasting your colors no matter what. Your colors are very, very important. My colors are very, very important to me. That's the way I was brought up, was that you always display your colors and you be proud of your colors. Meaning who you are and what you stand for. That's what I mean by your colors, okay? I'm not talking gang crap and all that other stuff, all right? I'm talking about the good old American flag, all right? All right, so that brings me to today's latest one. So now, of course, here we are, and I'm thinking to myself, marketing. How long have we been on? Am I boring the shit out of you guys? If I am, I'm sorry, guys, but this is all stuff that goes through my mind, all right? How long have we been on? Can you say?
It's in the camera.
Oh.
25.
Oh, look at that. We're coming right on the board. Tony Joe's running into these kind of people all the time. I'm running into people all the time. And not everybody wants a bag of 100 oysters. Now, I'm thinking about going box myself. I just happen to like the look of a box. I can get a lot on the box. It really makes a nice presentation. It's a little bit more money, a little bit more of a pain in the ass. But when we do 100-count oysters, well, we're going to do them by the box, I think, unless something changes. But we need to come up with some sort of a sample type of thing, a little sample bag, a half bag, or a quarter bag. Not everybody that we run into is going to be able to handle 100 oysters. You know, personal friends.
Right.
We got a lot of friends. Hey, Bart, you got any oysters? So, everybody knows these guys. I was like, ding, halos. Oh, everybody loves these things. You know what comes in these little clementines. This is a 3-pound bag. It's got 2 little holes. It's heat sealed on the top. By the way, I happen to have a little bit of experience with heat sealing.
No way.
I.e., the bike man in the past life. And it's nylon. It's small. How many little petite oysters can we fit in there? Little cute little buggers. Do you get where I'm coming from? I'm getting excited. All right, obviously Happy Oyster, the color would be different. It's got the 2 little handholds. It's sealed. I like that. It's not tied. It's not, there's no, you can't, ooh, I forgot. Let me get that out of there. In order to get this open, you have to break the bag. You have to open the bag. You have to tear the bag open. Here's where we tore the bag open. I love this.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice. The product.
So we put a dozen little guys in there? No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely no problem. In fact, one of our marketing ideas is, welcome to the Happy Oyster, where you always get an extra.
Baker's dozen?
Yeah. Yeah, Baker's dozen. I think 101 smiles inside, those kind of things. I mean, we're going to pack them as they're going to be, 101 count. We're going to go the extra, do that extra. Give the customer just that little bit extra. I've been there. I've done it. UK Tramp he says, it's so hard to see the demise of the bike man. Woo! Loving you. Love you. Keep it up, man. Keep telling me how much I'm gonna fail. I love that. All right. Arthur and Pat's, a couple of good eggs. I'm looking forward to going to Arthur and Pat's myself.
If they reopen.
Are they busted?
As far as I know. Where's Bill out of? Bill, where are you out of?
Yeah, Bill, where are you from? I love Arthur and Pat's. Delicious. Good hometown cooking. You took me there for my first time, probably 25 years ago. Yeah, Arthur and Pat's is a local greasy spoon in Ocean Bluff, Massachusetts.
Brant Rock.
Brant Rock? Oh,
Brant Rock.
Brant Rock, sorry. Ocean Bluff's the next town up.
Wow, Bill's from Marshfield.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for tuning in.
Cool.
Are you an oyster farmer, Bill? Do you go to Tony's new favorite place? In Duxbury?
Oh. Yeah, Bill,
Let's
Marshall, check out Island Creek Oysters in Duxbury. Right on Duxbury Harbor. It's beautiful. They've got, check it out. Let us know what you think.
Which brings me to, I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm glad this kind of just flowed right into Massachusetts and New York. New York, the cat's going to knock the camera off. New York is an extremely difficult place to start an oyster farm and do this aquaculture thing. It seems that they're beating us up every single which way they can. Our DEC permit now is over a year old. I've been jumping through a lot of hoops and, again, baseline of how to deal with the DEC. And I've learned now how to deal with the DEC. I've learned a lot in the past year of how to deal with the DEC. And the only way to deal with the DEC, because they're so understaffed and they're so underpaid and that they work so damn hard and that they're just underappreciated, I think. And they need our help. They need our help badly. They need our help as a professional, as a commercial oyster farmer. They need our help badly. And if there's anything I can do for the DEC, I am more than happy to do it. It seems to me that the only way to get anything done with the DEC is to be right in there and stay on them. And it's very, very important that when you do start to get in touch with them and they start to receptive of everything that you're doing, is that whatever comes out of your mouth, you better be sure and put up and make sure that you do what they say. Again, they're the guys, they're the men. So the last time I saw them, I talked with them, and again, I'm getting close. I'm really getting close. I know I'm getting close because they needed a new check because the old check was 6 months old, and they don't accept that. So I gave them another check, and I would imagine now it's got to be at least minimum of 6 months. Who knows? You never know. But the last and final thing I said was that not when or if or what do you think. It was when should I check back with you? There's no the only answer he can give me is next week, next month, he can only give me a time. He can't say soon, he can't, I don't give him that opportunity. You've got to ask him right out. When should I, and I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I'm just trying to do what I gotta do. I got a lot on the line here. I got a boat slip, I got boat, I got this, I got that, I got cages, I got seed on order. I need a beeping permit. So when should I check back with you, Mr. DEC? Mr. DEC said, you should by the end of next week. This was last week. So the end of this week went by. It's done, it's finished, it's done, it's Friday. This week is finished and it's over with. I'm already thinking to myself, I'm going to the next step. The next step is an Oyster Plex. I want to have a floating Oyster Plex out in Epiconic. What does it take to do that, Mr. DEC? What permits do I have to have?
To find an Oyster Plex.
An Oyster Plex is basically a floating shed. You see these in Duxbury Harbor. There are thousands of them out there. I don't know about thousands. Hundreds of them out there. close to 100. They're like floating sheds that would keep some gear. They're all different types. They're different kinds. They're cool. They're quaint. They're part of the oyster industry. They're a very useful tool as an oyster farmer. They're a useful tool as an oyster farmer for other oyster farmers in your area, i.e. the other guys within the Peconic Baykeepers plot, which there are 5 of us. We could all share an Oyster Plex. It would be so nice. It's another, it would make things easier for us. It would be safer. The product would become safer because we would be able to control it. We'll be able to package it and all of those things. It would just, but it's going to have to be approved by the DEC and the Army Corps and everybody else, and it's taken a year to do this. I can only imagine how long it's going to take to do that. So I better get my ass in gear and start that before I even get the first one. Am I nuts? Probably. So guess where I'm going? I got dentist on Monday. Guess where I'm going on Monday?
DEC.
The DEC. Yeah, I kayak. Here's Bill. He kayaks next to the Oyster Plexes.
Yeah.
Chris is turning 53 tomorrow. Sorry to hear that.
Just a baby.
Yeah.
Just a baby. Happy early birthday, Chris Aaron. Congratulations on another successful ride around the sun.
Trinidad, how you doing, Randy Kelly? What's going on? An Oyster Plex, you could make it as a floating FLUPSY. We could do we could have a lot of different things going on with the Oyster Plex. You could have a tumbler inside of it. You could be able to
the t-shirts and all, the shirts and all, what you've been doing or not really?
Kind of working on it still. I'm like, that was kind of part of my, I had to get that FLUPSY done. And now that I'm pretty much rounding the home stretch on that, I got some cages I got to finish up, and I got the t-shirts I got to finish up, and the boat's going to get in the water. Hopefully, the boat's going in the water here this week.
Hey, Jim Payton, when's your birthday? February what? Happy belated.
Hit 60, nice. Any oysters in Finland? I would imagine there's oysters in Finland. One of the large aquaculture places in the world is Norway. They have quite the program going on over there. All right, that's about all I got, T. You got anything else?
Nope. Any last questions before we sign off?
And of course, special thanks to our sponsor, our new sponsor, Northwell Health. They have a bunch of different places: Southampton, Riverhead, Wading River, and Hampton Bays.
All over
they are a large doctor practice that is, again, you're just kind of a number, and we'll find out. And I'm going to give you the scoop right on down the road. And, again, you got to get a baseline, guys. You got to do it, okay? If you haven't gone and get a colonoscopy, go get a colonoscopy. If you're over 50, just do it. It's not that bad. That's an important one, guys. I lost my brother-in-law to not doing it, and I miss him. And if he would adjust, But again, learn from it. Go get a colonoscopy. Go get your baseline. Very, very important.
Mainly take care of yourself. Do things that we can all make some changes. Do what you got to do. Take care of yourself. Do the best we can while we're in this life, and do it. And don't be selfish. If you have any family, a friend, loved ones, do it for them too.
And I'm not talking about major sacrifices and this, that, and the other thing. The doctor's probably going to tell me, oh, you got to eat this, you got to eat that. Well, moderation is the key to success, and just about no matter what you do. So, words to live by. Don't be a dope. Get the scope. I like that. I like
Jim
that.
knows Aram.
Oh.
Jim Payton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jim Payton, when you come out to see Aram, absolutely. Let's connect. Absolutely.
Sure. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No more pizza. No, that's not correct. Pizza in moderation, okay? I love pizza. All right.
Have a great week. Spring has sprung. It's a little chilly here today. What are we looking at?
What do we have? We have 40. We got 40
degrees.
Boy, was it blowing yesterday. I hope Paul over at Great Gun, he's starting to get his stuff floating up again, getting it off the bottom. It's a lot of work right now, and I'm sure he was kind of shitting a brick last night with that wind blowing at 60 miles an hour. I hope he's okay. Hats off to him. So let's hope the weather is slowly getting better. It's all good. Got the boat going in. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Thanks for coming in today.
Have a great week, everybody.
Love you guys.
Wouldn't be here without you.
Please, I want everybody to be cool. I want you to be kind. I want you to be happy. And of course, eat me. See you next week.